or in the 35. Oops, sorry. Okay, we're recording now. Do I need to start over?
Hey, you might have to start all over. No, I'm picking.
All right, well, let's do that. We'll do it real quick, guys. What we're going to start with is we did explain why I'm on tonight. Mimi Blankenship had a family emergency, and we saluted our 9/11 people. We talked about that a little bit before we started the recording, and that's okay. But what we're going to talk about, what I want to talk about this evening, is I want to talk about choosing a direct selling company. And a lot of people will confuse, I think, the network marketing and the multi-level marketing industry with just, if you're network marketing, you're in multi-level marketing, you're in direct sales, that it's all the same industry. And I'll argue to say that that's not necessarily the case, especially with our company. We use network marketing as a distribution system to move products to the end consumer. That's the avenue that we use. What I call your typical network marketing company is a company that would have, tens or hundreds or thousands of products. They don't really have, one certain area that they're in or an industry that they're in. So therefore, they have to identify themselves as being in the network marketing industry. With us, I feel like the JPlus company, we're in the whole food industry. We're in the plant-based industry. That's where we hang our hat. So we don't have to identify with being in this other industry, because we are identifiable through what we do with our products, because our products are so unique and so standalone. So a lot of other companies maybe wouldn't feel that way. The example I use is Mary Kay Cosmetics. They're in the cosmetics industry. To me, they're not really in the network marketing industry. Do they use direct selling? Absolutely, they do. And they're like a lot of other companies out there, but they have, they focus basically on one primary thing or one primary industry. And I feel like we fit into that as well. So when someone asks me, Dany, is JPlus a network marketing company? I like to say we're a direct sales company or direct selling company. And we use the network marketing business model as a distribution system in our system. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit. Let's talk about direct selling and some stats real quick from 2022. There's 40.5 billion in sales last year. This is last year figures, 40.5 billion with a B. There were 41 million customers, 41 million people bought something from a direct sales seller, okay? 67 million direct sales sellers are in the marketplace last year. So 67 million people have embraced direct selling as a side gig or in some form or fashion or another. Now, out of that 67.5 million, only about 500,000 are full-time and 6.2 million are part-time. So most people in the direct selling arena are part-time, but there are full-time people in that arena as well. As far as male and female, it breaks down to 75% female, 25% male. Now, I would argue in the JPlus company, it's more like probably 90% to 10%, something in that area. So it may even be higher than that, who knows? Demographically, from an age standpoint, the two categories, the two top categories are the 35 to 55-year-olds. Now, they break that down. If you look at the Direct Selling Association's website, they break that down to 35 to 45 and 45 to 55. But those two groups are pretty even. So when you combine them, they make up relatively, half or more than half of the direct sellers that are out there. So that's just some stats. Let's look at how do you choose a company if you're looking at a direct sales business, and how do we fit and compare with some of these, what I call measuring sticks or guidelines that you really should look at. First of all, are they strong financially? In other words, are they a startup? Well, most startups aren't very strong financially. We are. Do they give back to the communities? In other words, do they give to charities and do they help things in the community? In other words, are they that type of company where they will do those types of things versus just worried about profits and just, you know, how much money they can personally make. Do they pay out to their distributor base close to 50% in commissions and bonuses? Do they give that back to the distributor base? I'll tell you something about the JPlus company. We're one of the top companies in direct selling in the world in what the percentage that we give back to our distributor or partner base. And we're right in that figure. Now, most companies are probably about 10% below that or more, just to give you an idea. Does a company provide training and support? Yes, we do, and they should. Do they provide websites and internet? Do they provide that, or do you have to come up with your own, you know, things to do, or are you linked directly to the company sites? Yes. Here's a big one, guys. Have they been in business at least 10 years or more in the direct selling business? At least, you know, 10 years or more. Listen to this statistic. There's been tens of thousands of direct selling companies that started since 1956, and only about 50 or so have ever reached their 10-year mark. Think about that. Think about that. Only about 50, maybe 50 to 100 have ever reached that anniversary if you look at it. So what happens there? Well, most of them go out of business. Usually it's in the first 3 years, 3 to 5 years. The ones that make it past that typically don't make it to the 10th year. So a real important factor to look. Getting with a startup company is very risky. And what happens is you're going to risk your reputation with friends, family, and colleagues, you know, getting with a new company that ends up going out of business or folds or whatever. So why risk that? Are they a member of the DSA, the Direct Selling Association? See, the DSA, the Direct Selling Association, has a code of ethics that companies and partners with the companies have to operate by to keep them clean, to keep them out of trouble, and those types of things. Now, here's a couple of things to look at when somebody's talking to you about a company. If they say you can make big money quickly, I just say beware. And if they showing you copies of checks or telling you or discussing personal income, I say not even beware, I say run, get away, because they're trying to entice someone to make a decision to join them based on emotion, not facts. That's what they're trying to do. And if you're going to make a business decision, make a business decision based on business facts, not on emotion. Do they have products and services that are marketed to an end consumer? See, a lot of companies out there, guys, most everyone that's marketing their products is taking and selling their products. In other words, they don't have a separate consumer base. So, you know, most people that are buying the products are part of the company. They've signed up to be a rep or to be a partner or whatever. With the JPlus company, we don't have that. Probably 85% or maybe more of the people taking JPlus are not partners in our business. Why? Because we have a standalone product that's first class, that's second to none anywhere. Most companies can't say that. Are you compensated for just signing people into the business? If you are, that's illegal. I'll just tell you that. If you sign someone up and get a bonus just for putting them on a piece of paper or registering them in a computer, that's illegal. Beware, that can't be done. Are people compensated to go along with that? Are they compensated on moving product to an end consumer? That's real important. And ask, how many people are taking your product outside of your system, outside of your company? That's real important to ask as well. Do they have a unique product or service? Most don't. We do. I mean, think about it, guys. Fruits, vegetables, berries, we have them in a very unique place and form that we can deliver them to people, but nobody else, this is not something you just go into your store down the street and find on the shelf. You know, customer loyalty, I think, loses out to convenience in the long run. We have a very impatient society. I mean, think about this. If I'm buying, I mentioned a company, a cosmetics company a while ago, so I'll stay on that theme. If I'm buying, say, or Debbie's buying, a tube of lipstick from someone, and they're very, she buys it from this person all the time, but it's Saturday afternoon and we've got somewhere to go, and she can't get in touch with that rep and they can't come deliver it to her or whatever, what's going to happen? She's going to go down the street or to the mall or somewhere and get some lipstick, correct? So convenience will always win out to products and services that are mass marketed all over. You're always in competition. With JPlus, we have no competition. I mean, think about that, guys. And can you market to anyone? Let's stay on the cosmetic theme. Mostly it's marketed to females. I got to say that in today's society, right? But I mean, you don't normally market it to a 4-year-old. You don't normally market it to a male. You don't. So is your market limited to half of the population? With JPlus, we're not limited. I like to say anybody breathing can take JPlus. That pretty much opens up the market to everyone. Real important. Another thing is looking for a consumable product. Is a product something that's being used continually over and over and over, or is it something that you buy one time? Now, having a unique product, meaning something that nobody has that everybody needs, well, that's unique, but most people don't have a bulldozer probably, but not everybody needs a bulldozer, right? So having that product that's unique is one thing, but having a product that's unique that most people need is very, very unique. The other thing is make sure that the company is underclaiming and over-delivering. I just let our research speak for us. It's just as simple as that. The next thing that I want to bring to your attention is if you look at a compensation plan, is a compensation plan designed to have you be an employee or an entrepreneur? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, here's what I mean. In other words, do they have monthly quotas and quarterly quotas on you to maintain maybe your position or level in the company? Because if they do, I would feel like an employee. Again, I'm going to stay on the same theme I've been on. If I don't make my quota, they might come get my car from me. That to me is more like an employee than an entrepreneur. With our business, you don't lose your position or commission level. All you have to do is renew every year and you don't lose that. So once we get somewhere, we don't fall back down. So it makes me feel honestly more like an entrepreneur in my business than it does an employee having a quota put on me each and every month or each and every quarter. So, because if these quotas aren't met, a lot of times, guess what? You start back over again. Can someone sign up in the business? Can you sponsor someone in the business and can they pass you in the marketing structure? Can they earn more money than you? If they can't, beware. I'm not saying they necessarily all will, but can they? And that opportunity is available with our company, where you want people to at least get to your position or higher. And that happens in our company. A lot of companies that doesn't happen in, and it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. It's a good for you and I to know that we're not always going to be suppressed by that person that maybe is above us. Can you sponsor as many people as you want? Or are you limited to that? And if you sponsor people into your team, do you lose them? See, there's a lot of companies, guys, that you can only sponsor, 2 people wide or 3 people wide, or once they get to a certain position, they break off and they go somewhere else, or you quit earning on them. So it's real important that you can sponsor as many people as you want to come on board with you as their side gig, and you never lose those people. As long as they're renewing that application, that contract every year for $52, this month, $22 for that new person. Wow, isn't that crazy? But as long as they're doing that, you never lose those people. So, and how many people are reaching the top level, or how many people have reached the top level in the company? See, we have literally thousands of marketing directors, our top level, around the world. I know companies that have this top level, but two people made it there one time years ago, right? Well, guess what? If people haven't made that position and people aren't making that position on somewhat of a consistent basis, then to me, I think the compensation plan, it's either designed for, where you're not going to be successful, or maybe it's too difficult, or maybe the company is going backwards and not growing forwards. So look at that and see. I can tell you, with the JPlus company, there's lots of people that have reached that position. There's lots of people on their way to that position, and we will continue to produce those marketing directors in our business and in our company. I like to tell people, if you're looking at a side gig or a business, to stay away from buyers clubs. I'm a member of a buyers club. It's called Sam's. I pay a fee every year, and they allow me to go in there, and hopefully I'm getting stuff cheaper, right? I don't know. I just know when I go in there, you can't buy like one roll of toilet paper. You got to buy like 500 or something, but that's part of their deal. But a lot of companies that have these catalogs of products, what happens is you pay a fee and you have to order so much stuff every month. And if you don't, again, you lose that discount, or you don't get the discount. One thing I like about Sam's and Costco is you pay that fee, you go in there, and everybody kind of pays the same thing. They don't penalize me for spending $10 or $100 in doing that. So beware of what I call your typical direct selling buyers clubs. Do you have to stock inventory and deliver it? We don't, and many companies you don't, but you'd be surprised how many still do that today. I can't understand it. With electronics, with the internet, with computers and smartphones, I don't know why anyone would have to deliver anything to anyone. But guess what? There's companies that still do that. And this is what happens. You're buying the product, then you got to go sell it and collect on it. The company's in good shape because the company got their money. They're not really worried about it. Now it's up to you. Wow, I'm going back to kind of feeling like an employee again, instead of that entrepreneur spirit that I really, really like, So the other thing is beware of getting involved where there's a large investment. If someone says, will you sign up? And the sign up's not much, but you need to buy, some sample products, and you need to buy this and that. And you look up and you're spending $1,000 or $5,000 or whatever, because you have to have some inventory and samples. Just beware, guys, because the regulatory agencies, you want to know what their red flag is? $500 or less. They won't look at you too closely, but if it's more than that, beware. That's the point that those regulatory agencies start to look at you. And if a company does have that, do they have a buyback policy? One thing I've always loved about our company is we do have a buyback policy with our business and with our company. Not that we have to buy inventory. It's so great because we get to just, get people interested in our products, and the company collects from them and bills them and ships to them and does all of that. They even pay the sales tax to the local county or parish or state. How cool is that? And then does the company provide some type of incentive for people that decide they want to make a career with the company? Well, do they give you some incentive to be full-time with them? You know how many people stay with jobs and companies around the globe that they don't even like? And I'm not talking about just direct sales. I'm talking about any company in general. You know why they stay? For benefits. Benefits. So does your direct selling company offer benefits to encourage full-time people? If they do that, see, with the JPlus company, we have a full benefits package that they offer starting in our management levels, like medical insurance and a whole lot of other things. I mean, I don't have time to go into all of it tonight, but I'm going to tell you this. I don't know of any other company out there that even offers that. So that's a real big thing with someone that's looking at, somebody that wants to make a career like Debbie and I have, and many, many other people have in the business, you know? So how many full-time people that you know that are with the company? As I said, 95% figures are that they're going to be part-time. But there should be a certain number of full-time people you should be able to have access to in joining a company. So if you join the JPlus company, or you're involved with the JPlus company, or any other company for that matter, who's sponsoring you and who do they have access to? You should have access to some of these folks that have reached these top levels. You should have access to some of these people that are full-time with the business, you know, and doing that. I know a lot of companies that these people are at these high levels, these big income earners or whatever, they're not accessible at all, not to hardly anybody, because they're up on some pedestal. One thing I love about our marketing director group that we have in our company around the world is I don't know anybody like that. People are accessible and people are out there available and wanting you to succeed. Why? Because of the way our compensation plan is set up. It rewards everyone for doing that. And last but not least is, are there any claims being made on the product? Is there any third-party things being said about their products? Beware of that, guys. I have found out in my older age that you can pretty much get anybody to say anything, especially if you pay them. Now, I like to hang our hat with JPlus on our research. Sure, we talk what maybe has happened to us personally, but just look around at most companies, and most companies, they're using testimonials. They're using high-profile people to encourage or to entice people to buy a product, when really the product may not really be that good. But hey, what can I say? You know, they've paid me to endorse it. With JPlus, we don't have to pay for endorsements. Carrie just mentioned we have a local event with Dr. Freeman and Dr. Anderson coming up, you know, in a few weeks here locally where we live. Those folks are not getting paid to come speak. We don't do that. We don't need that. You know why we don't need it? One, because we have research backing our product. And secondly, we have very intelligent, very professional healthcare professionals, athletes, and others that say, hey, I will put my name on this because of the research, and I'm not looking to be compensated by the company to do that. So guys, be careful of that. Lastly, here's what I think is most important. Identify why you want to start a business, why you want to start a side gig, and what it is you wish to get from it. I think that's real important. You have to identify, why is it that I'm looking at this side gig? And in other words, am I making this decision, again, based off of fact, not false assumption, and not based off of emotion? And do that, because that's going to, you're going to come back and have to visit that regularly in your journey with your side gig or with your direct selling business. And here's the last thing. If you'll work harder on yourself than you do your business, if you will become a better person and become better yourself than you worry about working on your business, you will grow personally and your business will grow along with that as well. So hopefully these are some things that you can take this evening and understand that this industry of direct selling is serious, it's big, it's worldwide, and we're one of the leaders out there in it because of some of these facts that I've shared with you this evening about the JPlus company. All I can say is, come join us. The future's bright, and we think the best is really yet to come. Carrie, I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Wow, what a great lesson that we learned tonight about direct sales and network marketing. I hope many of you took some good notes. What's really interesting, I'll never forget, in 1990, I think it was, Dany, when you originally signed up to become a partner with the JPlus company, before it was JPlus actually, you had never been involved in direct sales. And today, I can tell you, Dany and Debbie have traveled all over the world and have really built a phenomenal business and actually had no experience in direct sales. But tonight, you can tell that he's really done his research and he understands the power of direct sales and the power of our distribution system, network marketing. Dany, we thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the recording and get people to tell you good night. Hold on 1 minute.